Hey guys, good evening and thanks for joining. So in the last class, we discussed about interview questions and also I have started cloud basics. In the today class, I will give complete overall about cloud security and what are the very important topics. In cyber security point of view, if they will ask in the cloud point of view, what exactly we have to provide. Okay, how to explain in the cyber security point of view interview questions related to cloud. So those things also we can discuss. Not only this one, so a couple of times you will receive the cloud security related vacancies or opportunities. So that time, whatever right now I'm teaching, that is more than sufficient to crack the interview. But you should be aware of each and every service along with the feature and also definition in every cloud service provider, whatever they are working on. Okay. So in the last class, we have seen what is public, what is private, and also what is hybrid cloud. And also additionally, we have seen IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Additionally, we have seen even data center as well as on-site deployments. So, and also we have seen who are all the biggest cloud service providers are there all over the worldwide. So those cloud service providers are, so example, Amazon right now in the market, it's a number one. Most of the market capture is doing by Amazon itself. But I think from past 2 years, Azure is giving a lot of competition to Amazon. So a lot of services it is providing and also resources as well as the documentation and also knowledge base is so nice from the Microsoft point of view as compared to Amazon. Okay. So even implementation also, if we are going through the documentation, we can do our own way. There is no need to depending on any other persons related to Azure. Okay. So third one is a Google Cloud. So I'm not sure why Google is not focusing on the GCP. It's a Google Cloud platform, but maybe in future, so Google will do R&D, research and development. So respect to engineering directors as well as engineering managers, they will focus on the GCP and also they will give the lot of competition to Google. So that's what my expectations. So next one is Oracle. It's one of the leading technology. So it is not that much up to like Amazon or Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud Platform, but it is doing a couple of other competitions. Next one is IBM. So it is one of the leading cloud service provider. So next one is Alibaba. So Alibaba is from China, remaining all other cloud service providers from USA, it's America. Okay, so these are the largest and biggest cloud service providers. So most of the customers or clients, so they are paying some of the amount or price to the respect to these cloud services providers. They are using their virtual space. Okay, so coming back, so now we will go and we will see there are two different types of services. One is Amazon native, any other cloud services, native services. Second one is called BYOL. So those two things we can discuss now. So what are the different types of services providing by respect to cloud service providers? And also, so second one is what is meant by third party. So first one is native services. This is also called as a default. Okay. So second one is BYOL. So nothing but bring your own license. Okay. Native services or default services meaning here, whatever inbuilt services we are using in Amazon or maybe Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud Platform or Oracle or maybe IBM or maybe Alibaba. So if you are using dedicated to inbuilt or default services related to all these cloud services providers, that is called native or default. So, but if you don't like maybe Amazon feature, or maybe if you don't like Azure feature, or maybe if you don't like Google Cloud feature, what are feature they are using or what are product they are developing. In case you can go and you can purchase, okay, third party vendor also. So those third party vendors, we will call it as a BYOL, bring your own license. Meaning here, you can purchase from example Palo Alto, or you can purchase from CrowdStrike, or you can purchase from Nessus. Those particular license you can use in my cloud service provider. So that is called BYOL. In between this BYOL vendor, nothing but third party vendor, and also respect to cloud service provider, some agreement will be there. Okay, so example, I want Palo Alto firewall. I don't want network access control and security groups in Amazon. Or maybe example, I don't want, so Azure web application firewall. I want to maybe use Barracuda, Imperva, Recamai. So in that scenario, in between these cloud service provider, example, Amazon, maybe Azure, or maybe GCP, or maybe Oracle, or IBM and Alibaba, and also respect to third-party vendors. Example, in this scenario, Palo Alto, and also Akamai or Barracuda or Nessus. So they have some agreement will be there. In between those two, so they will share some price or cost. Okay, that is the way how it will work. Okay, so why we will use a BYOL license? Example, I don't like Amazon DDoS protection. Maybe example, Azure, I don't want, maybe example, Azure Sentinel SIEM tool. Maybe Google Cloud DDoS protection, I don't want it. In that scenario, we can go for third party. So whatever third party will call it as a BYOL, bring your own license, meaning here. So you can purchase that one and you can deploy in my cloud service provider. When I say in my cloud service provider, meaning here, so whatever cloud service provider you want to deploy respect to applications as well as infrastructure or storage or backup and so on. Okay, so if I will show practically, then we'll come to know what is meant by native and also what is meant by BYOL. So native meaning here, respect to cloud service provider related services. So second one is a third party. When I say third party, other than Amazon, other than Azure, other than GCP, other than OC, other than IBM, and so on. Okay, so these are all the services we can use. Now coming back here. So before going to the respect to services or BYOL concept, so I want to explain about cloud network architecture diagram. So we have seen on-premise network architecture diagram. So meaning here, so how we can deploy data center, in the data center, where we have to deploy servers, where we have to deploy end user systems, and also where we have to deploy network devices like routers and switches, and also respect to network and security related services like a firewall, proxy, IDS, IPS, and also in DMZ zone, non-critical servers, email gateway solutions, web application firewalls, and also on the untrusted zone, so ISP routers, finally internet. Okay, so that is about overall on-premise or data center network architecture diagram. Same thing is applicable to even in the cloud service provider as well. Okay, so before our class started, what I have done, so in draw.io, I have given or I have drawn one of the cloud service network architecture diagram. So example, if you want to choose any cloud service provider, so why we will move cloud, you know already. So the reason behind to move to the respective cloud, because it is inexpensive solution, it is a cost-effective solution, elasticity, high availability. Okay, and also there is no need to provide any room, and also AC and so on. So that's why we are moving to the cloud. This is already provided advantages of the cloud, why we have to move to the cloud. Okay, so now coming back, so as I said earlier, so this is the cloud architecture diagram. So the difference between the network architecture diagram in the data center and also cloud network architecture diagram, only one thing is difference. So web application firewall. So in the network or on-premise network architecture diagram, so WAF we can deploy in parallel to the next generation firewall. So from firewall, we'll go one of the connection to the WAF. But in the cloud deployments, normally what we have to do, so WAF, it will come as a first defense in depth controls, or it's a otherwise perimeter control. Example, you can see here, public. When you say public, it's like an untrusted zone or internet or external. So nothing but example, you want to try to access one of the TCS or Wipro or Infosys career website, and you have to go and you have to apply a job. In that scenario, you will be like here, and TCS career website will be here, right? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So you will be here and TCS career website will be here. And once you are going to apply any job vacancy in the TCS website, how that particular flow will go if the TCS website deployed in the Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud Platform and so on. So you'll be here and you will access the tcs.com/careers website. In that scenario, the network flow will go from your laptop to the respective internet. From internet, it will go to the ISP. ISP is nothing but internet service provider router. So that may be example in India, it's a Vodafone or maybe BSNL or Airtel or maybe Geo and so on. So in parallel to ISP router, that is the first entry point. So we will deploy anti-DOS and anti-DDoS solutions. So whenever any DOS or DDoS types of attack will come, so this anti-DOS and anti-DDoS solutions will be prevented as well as blocked. And also it will provide the alert notification also based on the behavioral pattern mechanism. Okay, this is already you know. So from there, it will go to the traffic WAF. WAF is nothing but web application firewall. So this web application firewall, if you want, you can use Amazon or Azure or GCP or OC or maybe some other cloud platform, whatever you have chosen. Otherwise, if you don't want to respect cloud service provider WAF, in that scenario, you can go for BYOL. So example, Akamai, Barracuda, Imperva. So these are all the leading web application firewall are available in the market. So WAF we have to deploy. So it will prevent against all OWASP top 10. You know, right? OWASP top 10 open web application security related issues or attacks. Example, SQL injection attack, cross-site scripting attack, broken authentication, broken access control, and so on. So second entry point, WAF, first entry point, anti-DOS or anti-DDoS solutions. From there, the traffic will go to the respective, so VPC, virtual private circuit network. So nothing but it's like an internal zone. That's why I have mentioned private. Okay, so it's a private zone. So from WAF, respective traffic will go to, so that may be inbound traffic or outbound traffic, load balancer. Okay, in Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud Platform, we will do clustering part. So balancing of the load or balancing of the traffic. If I want to say practical day-to-day example, maybe your weighing capacity only 100 kilos. But if I'm giving 2,200 kilos or 300 kilos, it's impossible to weighing, right? So lifting of those weight is very impossible. Why? Because your maximum capacity of the weighing capacity only 100. But if I'm giving 200, will you be able to do the weightlifting? It's very impossible, right? So same thing is applicable to here also. So our server capacity only maximum maybe so 1,000 sessions per minute or seconds. So maybe so you are sending inbound traffic as well as outbound traffic 2,000. In that scenario, whatever traffic is coming, it will do balancing of the traffic. So that is called clustering. Clustering is like more than high availability. High availability will refer only two devices, two identical devices or two similar devices. But on the other hand, so clustering mean here, so similar type of device will be there more than two, multi. Okay, that is called clustering. So example, more than two servers or more than two databases or more than, so two any devices, if you are in, that is called clustering mechanism. So when the traffic is coming, example, so 5,000 sessions per second, those 5,000 sessions, each and every server capacity only maybe 1,000. So in that scenario, those 5,000 sessions will be distributed to each and every server. That is nothing but example 1,000. One server, it will maintain each and every, so 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, and 1,000. That is the way how it will maintain. Okay. So that will do load balancing of the traffic. From load balance of the traffic will go to next generation firewall. So it will do all the processing of the respective traffic, whatever it is coming. It will do antivirus scanning, it will do anti-malware scanning, it will do IDS scanning, it will do IPS scanning. So each and every packet it is entering into the organization level, it will open the packet and it will do deep packet inspection, and also it will do so scanning of the IP address. Is there any spoofing of the packet is available, and also malware scanning mechanism, everything it will do. So from there, it will go to the proxy. So example, next generation firewall, it is not a mandatory to use next generation firewall. So even Amazon itself, it is providing Amazon firewall. And also Amazon itself, they have network access control list and security groups. But unfortunately, whatever Amazon is providing the firewall and also whatever network access control list and security groups they are using, it is not sufficient to take care of the IDS IPS capability. So that's why, as per security best practices, it's better to use a third-party next-generation firewall. But most of the organizations nowadays, what they are trying to do, so whatever inbuilt, so Amazon or Azure or Google Cloud, they are providing the access control list and security groups. They are creating that one. So nothing but allowing of the traffic as well as blocking of the traffic or denying of the traffic. So that is not recommended. So several times, even in my previous organization, even also in my current organization also, we said it's not it is not to use whatever inbuilt. Okay, so network access control and security groups is providing by respect to cloud service provider. It's better to use third party. So when you say third party, it's called BYOL, bring your own license. Example, Palo Alto or Portigate or maybe so Juniper or Cisco ASA and so on. So that is about the firewall related part. From firewall, the traffic will go to proxy. So proxy will validate. So whatever incoming traffic is coming and outbound going traffic is going on. So is there any malicious website respect to user is accessing? So I did not mention anywhere IDS IPS. Yes, if you want, you can keep IDS IPS also. But most of the next generation firewall inbuilt capability of IDS IPS as well. Okay. So from proxy, backend web servers and database servers. I did not keep anywhere. So routers or switches like a core switch and access switch and so on. So finally here on top of the web server, on top of the application server, we can deploy respect to our applications. Okay. So this is the way how the network architecture diagram will refer from on-premise data center network architecture diagram. Only one thing is different. That is nothing but web application firewall. So in the data center or maybe in the on-premise, so network architecture diagram, first entry point is anti-DOS and anti-DDoS. So then it will go to firewall. From firewall, it will go to WAF. But on the other hand, if it is a cloud, so first entry point is a WAF. From WAF, it will go to the firewall. That is the only difference. But remaining everything is same as it is. That's what I told you at the time of explaining network architecture diagram. I think maybe 12th or maybe 11th video. So now you can go and you can visit once again the network architecture diagram, 11th or 12th video, then you can get the difference. That time itself, I told you this one as well. Okay, so here whatever private is there, this is everywhere, your load balancer, next generation firewall, proxy, web server, database server, all those things we will deploy on top of the EC2, Elastic Cloud Computing. It's like a server. Okay, so it is like a virtual machine. So if you're going for Google, if you're going for Microsoft Azure, they will call it a VM, virtual machine. But on the other hand, so if you're going to Amazon, they will call it EC2, Elastic Cloud Computing. So this is the architecture point of view. So this is about public. So public is nothing but external people or external clients or external customers or external companies. They are trying to access our internal related traffic. What about our internal users? Example, so maybe you are sitting here, you are a part of, so this company belongs to your company. Maybe you are a part of TCS. You are a TCS internal employee. So you are sitting here. So your laptop is here. So maybe you are working in Hyderabad, high-tech city, Madhapur, or maybe Bangalore, or maybe Chennai, Sholinganallur, and so on. So example, your laptop here. So consider maybe high-tech city, TCS. So you are located and so TCS career website is available here. Even you want to deploy or you want to develop this TCS web application, then how you can go and you can access the respect to TCS Amazon related application? You should have the Amazon account access. Okay. Public people doesn't have, okay, public people, they no need to have the any account, username and password. But so here you are the developer, you want to develop the Amazon web application, okay, hosted in the Amazon related, so cloud service deployment. Don't confuse, guys. Okay, so now you are sitting in the high-tech city TCS and you want to deploy. So you have to access the Amazon, right? So then only you can go and you can deploy the respective Amazon sorry, tcs.com website in the Amazon cloud service provider. Okay. Now, if you want to access this one, so how we can access the Amazon.com? Anyone? So example, now you are here. Your TCS website, if you want to deploy in the cloud service provider of the Amazon, now you are the product development team or application development team. You want to develop the application. That means you should have the access to Amazon.com, right? So now if you want to access to this Amazon website overall, okay. So how you can access from your data center to respect to application hosted in the Amazon.com? Anyone? From your laptop to this particular Amazon cloud service provider. So whatever applications you are deploying, like a tcs.com. So how can you access the tcs.com? It is hosted in the cloud service provider of Amazon. Anyone? So there are, yeah, any guess?
Yeah, we'll connect to internet.
We'll connect to internet directly?
No,
Okay.
we will connect first to the tcs.com.
You are internal employee.
Okay, we'll go direct to this one, WAP.
No, you are, okay, that is fine. Everything is WAP, everything is provided. You are internal employee. If you want to develop the application tcs.com, it is hosted in the Amazon.com, nothing but Amazon cloud service provider. So how can you access the application? You are internal employee already.
Server.
I'm sorry?
Through server.
Separate path for the employees.
Separate?
Like a path. Separate, what you call, like a VPN tunnel.
Yes, that's right. VPN, guys. Answer is VPN. So if you want to directly access to VPN, that's all. You will access the VPN. Your internal employee. Why you are coming through one side? Yeah, that is correct. Everything is through internet only. That's fine. But through VPN directly, you want to develop the application, right? So through VPN here, one more option I said. What is that? Anyone? One is VPN server, or second one? Second one. Jump server. Jump server is one dedicated server. Either it is Windows or Linux. So from your laptop, you can access to Jump server. From Jump server, you can access to Amazon.com. Or tcs.com is hosting the Amazon. Sorry. So one more option is there. Anyone? We discussed all these things. It's a part of how to access the Linux server from Windows. That time I told you. Answer.
Terminal server?
Not terminal server. Bastion.
Yes, sir. Bastion.
Yes. So Bastion. So these are the three options. One is VPN server, one is Jump server, one is Bastion. So you are a part of TCS internal employee. If you want to access or if you want to deploy tcs.com website in the cloud service provider of Amazon, so directly you can access either VPN server or Jump server or Bastion. Then you can access to Amazon.com and you can deploy whatever code you developed.
Sir, it's Bastion host or Bastion?
Bastion host.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the architecture diagram, guys. So coming back now, so here, so I will go back to Google now. What are the services are there? Main important services. So from security point of view, what are the very important servers you have to remember? So Amazon is providing the machine learning. Amazon is providing the, not only Amazon. So Amazon is very popular. That's why I'm saying every time Amazon, Amazon, Amazon. Any cloud service provider otherwise. So they have machine learning, they have data analytics, they have automation, they have storage, they have backup, even they have even security as well. Okay, so now what I will do, so just I will type Amazon. So Amazon. So security services. So just I given Amazon security and I clicked on, okay, some of the filters, what or query I provided, it is showing. So those queries are, when I'm clicking on this one now, so Amazon services cloud security. Okay. So there are a lot of services it is providing, but we are very focused into security services only because that is our job, right? So cloud computing, DevOps team, they will use different services. Machine learning team, they will use different services. And also, so data science team, they will use different services and so on. But our focus is cloud security part. Whatever security services are providing by the Amazon, that is very important to us. Okay. So now if I'm clicking on the products, you can see so many products are there. That's what I said, analytics. Under analytics, so many are there. So application integration, so that is different. Blockchain, that is different. Business application, cloud and management, computing, cloud computing. So containers, databases, and so on. But ours is belongs to security and audit and compliances, or identity otherwise. Okay, understood or not? So this is us. This is our product or our security related services. Okay, so many things it is providing Amazon. So for everywhere they will deploy so many job vacancies will be there. So when I'm clicking on the securities, so many services will come under this security once again. So these are all the services. Amazon Identity and Access Management, so IAM. So next one is Amazon Cognito. Okay, so detective. So these are all the services out there. If you are aware of all these things, that is more than sufficient. If I want to apply for cloud. So what I will do, I will go here once again. Yeah. So this is the one basically. So these are all the services. AWS security, identity, and compliance services. Okay. So if you know all these services, I think more than 20 services are there dedicated to security point of view. You should be aware of each and every service. So every service description as well as name you should be aware of. If I want to apply cloud security related jobs. Example. So first one is identity and access management. Under identity and access management, so many are there. First one is AWS identity and access management. So you know already what is meant by IAM, identity and access management. Couple of times we'll call it IDM as well, identity management. So why this identity management we will use? To segregate of the duties, segregation of duties. So example, role-based access control. So even for accessing the Amazon also, so different people they will access, our internal employees. So example, DevOps team, TechOps team, SecOps team, so cloud computing team, machine learning team, data science team, and so on. Okay, so to want to segregate all these different types of people, what we have to implement? We have to implement IAM. So we have to create a IAM, identity and access management role. So if that user is belongs to DevOps team, then we have to create a DevOps role. If that user is belongs to TechOps, then we have to create TechOps role. If that user is belongs to machine learning or data science, we have to create a machine learning and data science related role. So we are doing segregation of the duties. So based on the role and as well as the responsibilities. So that is called role-based access control. This is applicable to even in the on-premise as well. Okay, so securing the managed access to service and resources. So if you are providing the IAM along with role-based access controls, who has done what? Who logged into Amazon.com or who logged into the respective application? So for traceability wise, if any compromise is happened, so we can easily trace it. So that's why this IAM is very, very important. So that is one of the service. Next one is IAM identity central. So it's overall center wise. It's a single, like a single sign-on. So we have seen one of the single sign-on applications called Okta, OKTA. Even I said Microsoft on-premise solution they have. So Microsoft SSO, privilege access management related. So similar to like a Okta single sign-on, in the Amazon side they have, so Amazon Identity Access Management Center. It will act like a single sign-on application. So consider example, So you are a part of Wipro company. So Wipro company has a 10 applications are hosted in the cloud, in the Amazon. So if you are enabling this AWS IAM single sign-on, there is no need to go and every time you have to enter the username and password. One time you are entering the username and password, so automatically whatever 10 applications is hosted, all those 10 applications you can access directly. But every time OTP will come like additional security control, multi-factor authentication mechanism. So that is single sign-on. So you should remember this one. What is the name of SSO in Amazon? Okay. Next one is Amazon Cognito. So Cognito is, it will act as a bring your own identity. So even Amazon is providing identity purpose. So when you say identity, so Amazon, what they have done, they have developed their own identity. So who has done what? It is also similar to like IAM, but identity is depending on third party. When I say third party, in between Amazon and also, so respect to applications, so one more person will take the roles and responsibility point of view. That is called Cognito. Amazon not the sole and okay responsibility for the respective applications, whatever you are accessing, if you are enabling the Amazon Cognito. It is like a bring your own identity. Okay. So that is about Cognito. Next one, AWS Directory Service. It's not, basically it is not a security service, but even though, so it's identity and access management related service. That's why they put directory service as well. It's like a, so Active Directory, Amazon Active Directory. Okay. So we will create couple of services, groups, okay, Active Directory groups and so on, right? So that is Amazon Active Directory. Next one is a Resource Access Manager. It will provide the whatever services you are accessing. So accessing the respective resources, services, whatever it is hosted in the Amazon.com. Next one is Ornation. Example, if you want to, okay, so check the all the alerts centralized one from a single console. Okay, so from there we will use the AWS Ornation. Okay. Next one, Security Hub. So Security Hub, it is dedicated applicable to alerts. So whatever in the cloud, so of the Amazon, we deployed the applications and databases and the servers and so storage and backup, everything. So whatever alerts are coming, if you are enabling the Security Hub feature, so all those alerts will come. Okay. Next one is Amazon Guard Duty. It's an entire question, guys. Amazon Guard Duty. It's equivalent to SIM tool. Amazon Guard Duty is a SIM tool in Amazon. Okay. So
Amazon Guard Duty only monitors or it will protect also?
no, it will not protect. Any SIM tool, it will not protect. Only it will monitor the services. That's all.
Okay, sir.
So SIM tools in the cloud. So in Amazon, what we will call it as Guard Duty. So Guard Duty, it is centralized log collection, log processing, log managing, log alerting tool. It is like a SIM tool. But unfortunately, so Guard Duty doesn't have that many capabilities as compared to Azure Sentinel. Okay. So right now, in the cloud services point of view, Sentinel is a #1 tool related to SIM. But I'm not sure why Amazon is not focusing on the SIM tool, but maybe in future they will develop the respective features. So they have limited correlation rules. They don't have out of box, and also detection mechanism also very poor. Okay, so unfortunately, right now Guard Duty doesn't have that many capabilities of these. Okay, so security detections as well as alerting mechanism. Okay, so that's why most of the people, they are going for Azure Sentinel. Azure Sentinel has a lot of capabilities. My guess is in future, even Amazon also, they'll focus R&D team of the engineering. Okay, they will focus on the Guard Duty. They will bring a lot of features in the Guard Duty as well. That's what my guess. Okay, so if it is Azure side, what we'll call it as Sentinel, Azure Sentinel. Now, most of the people are migrating to Azure Sentinel from IBM QRadar, Exabeam, McAfee, okay, Splunk, Logarithm, and so on. The reason behind moving to Azure Sentinel, so it is ineffective solution, cost point of view, not features point of view, cost point of view. Example, IBM QRadar is costing around maybe $1 million, but Azure Sentinel will cost only 100K USD dollars. That's all. So much difference is there from the cost point of view or price point of view. Instead of going and investing $1 million, obviously you'll go for 100K USD dollars, right? So that's why. So if you are going and learning Azure Sentinel, so many vacancies will be there. Already Capgemini, so Deloitte, so next one, not TCS, Wipro, Accenture or Accenture. So these are all companies already, couple of customers, they are using Sentinel only. Okay. So that is about Sentinel side. Guard Duty is nothing but Amazon SIM tool. So next one is Amazon Inspector. So Amazon Inspector is like a vulnerability management or vulnerability assessment tool. So we have Nessus, Qualys, Rapid7, Nexpose. Okay, so Tripwire. So a couple of third-party tools are available, right? In this similar way, if you want to run the scans, whatever virtual machines or Elastic Cloud EC2 related instances you are creating, in that scenario, we have to enable Amazon Inspector. For suppose, if you don't like Amazon Inspector as a vulnerability assessment tool, in that scenario, what will you do? Anyone?
Third-party vendor.
What is that one we'll call it as? What is that third-party tool only? What is that one we'll call it as?
Bring your own license.
Yes, that's right. BYOL. Instead of I'm using Amazon Inspector, I don't like Amazon Inspector. That's why I will go for Nessus tool. So Nessus tool is like a bring your own license. Now you got it right. What is the difference between native services and BYOL licenses?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So next one is okay, detection point of view. So AWS configuration management, it is like a Jenkins and AutoChef. So these are the configuration management tools are there. So third party, same thing is applicable to AWS config. So DevOps team is aware of this one. If you're going for DevOps team, they will AutoChef as well as Jenkins, Terraform. These are all the configuration management tools are there to create all these instances as well as the virtual machines, centralized configuration management tool to push as well as to creating the images and so on. So Amazon also providing AWS configuration management tool. Next one is Amazon CloudWatch. So CloudWatch already, you know, several times I told you already at the time of integrating the cloud logs to the same tool. So I said first we have to configure the CloudWatch, later we have to configure the CloudTrail, then we have to store the logs in the S3 buckets. Instead of using the guard duty, if you want to integrate the logs to the same tool of the IBM QRadar or Splunk or HP ArcSight or Exabeam, we have to use the cloud connector method, right? So in that scenario, so first we have to configure the CloudWatch. CloudWatch, it will monitor system configuration as well as control plane, data plane related logs. Whoever is trying to do some of the configuration changes in the Amazon, whoever is trying to do some of the system related, one of the person wants to install one of the virtual machine like a EC2 instance in the Amazon. It's like a configuration change. So that time this, so CloudWatch, it will log backend. So that is Amazon CloudWatch. CloudTrail. CloudTrail already I told you it's related to security audit. Whenever DevOps team or TechOps team or machine learning team or data science team, whoever has the account to Amazon.com. Okay, so identity and access management related logs, security related logs, login failure as well as login success. That one will be provided by CloudTrail. Okay, so these logs only we will store in the S3 bucket. From S3 buckets using cloud connector method, we'll integrate it to on-premise, as I said, Splunk or IBM or maybe Azure Sentinel or maybe any other third-party SIEM tool. Why? Because GuardDuty doesn't have that much capability of SIEM related security operations center. Okay. Next one is AWS IoT Device Defender. It is a new service. It doesn't have 2 years back or 1 year back. It's Internet of Things. Whenever terabyte data, if you want to store in the Amazons, okay, in that scenario, if those devices or data has any security related flaws or bugs are there, that time we'll use this device defender. It's a dedicated applicable to IoT devices. Okay, so that is about overall detection and IAM is over. Next one is network and application protection. For this one, you can see network security, network firewall. So, but unfortunately, as I said, so Azure, next generation firewall, Amazon next generation firewall, GCP, Google Cloud Platform next generation firewall, Oracle next generation firewall, they don't have the inbuilt features of IDS, IPS, antivirus scanning mechanism, web filtering or URL filtering, DNS filtering, file blocking, Wi-Fi monitoring. All this capability doesn't have. That's why we have to use third party. Now it's clear, right? So why we are going for BYOL of third party next generation firewall like a Palo Alto or FortiGate or Cisco ASA and Juniper and so on. Okay, so that is about firewall. So even Amazon or Azure or GCP, they have their own native services or default network firewall. So if you don't have to purchase Palo Alto or FortiGate, obviously what we have to do, we have to enable this network firewall, whatever Amazon is providing or whatever Azure is providing. Next one, DDoS protection. It's one of the interview question. So what is DDoS protection in Amazon? AWS Shield. SIM tool is called as, okay, guard duty, and DDoS protection will call it as Shield. Okay, so we no need to depending on third-party anti-DOS or anti-DDoS tools like example. So Akamai, then Barracuda, Imperva, all these different types of tools are there, right? So we no need to use those tools. So directly we can enable AWS Shield. Okay. So next one is Amazon Root S3 Resolver DNS Firewall. So meaning here, so whatever private IP we are configuring, this private IP should not expose to the public or attacker or hacker or intruder. In that scenario, so this private IP we have to map to the public IP, that is called network address translation. So that public IP only we have to expose to the public. Otherwise, so these attackers or intruder, they will try to do compromise related to different types of network as well as cyber or maybe OS top 10 attacks. Okay, so for routing as well as resolving those DNS, we will use so AWS DNS resolution. Okay, so next one is Amazon Web Application Firewall WAF. So they have their own WAF is there. So related to WASP top 10 attacks against, or it will block as well as it will prevent if you are enabling. But if you don't like AWS WAF in that scenario, obviously we have to go to third party. So next one, AWS Firewall Manager. So in Palo Alto, Firewall Manager will call it the Panorama. In Fortinet, we will call it as which one? Anyone? In Fortinet, what is the Firewall Manager?
Fortinet Manager.
What about Cisco?
Cisco Managers.
Cisco Firewall Manager, that's right. So same thing, okay, example consider your organization is distributed one. So your headquarters is in Bangalore and your branch offices or remote offices are there in Chennai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Pune, Mumbai, and so on. So each and everywhere in Amazon deployments, we will deploy 2 firewalls. If you want to manage all those firewalls, we'll use Amazon Firewall Manager. Okay, so next one is Amazon Make. So this one is a recently, so they implemented. So what it will do, it will protect whatever sensitive data it is going. So like a data at rest as well as data at transit level. Okay, so next one is Amazon Key Management System, KMS. So what are keys are storing, especially this is applicable to, so data at a transit level. So whatever applications you are hosting in the cloud deployments, so if you are enabling this KMS, you know already mutual TLS authentication mechanism in between client as well as the respective backend server, it will exchange the so public key as well as private key. If we want to store all those keys as well as exchanging the keys, we'll use the AWS key management system. These keys we have to rotate. So as per by default, Amazon, they are saying 365 days once you can change those keys. But as per my knowledge, as per my opinion, as per ISACA, as per ISC Square or European Council, it's better to change for 90 days. Okay. Next one is a AWS Cloud HSM. It's a hardware security module. So if you want to store your passwords or secrets or keys, so then we will use the HSM, like a key vault. Okay. Next one is the AWS Certificate Manager. So instead of going for Symantec, VeriSign, or GoDaddy, or Komodo, third-party tools, so AWS, they have their own. So generating the certificates, self-signed certificate, or purchased CS certificate. So this self-signed only, it's not a purchased one. Okay, so that one where we can generate using AWS Certificate Manager, SSL TLS certificates. Next one, AWS Private Certificate Authority. So as I said, so instead of going for once again VeriSign, so this is related to managing of the certificates when the certificate is going to expire. So when the certificate we have to renew, and also when we have to purchase and so on. But certificate authority, so they have their own certificate authority. There is no need to depending on the third party. As I said just now, one is VeriSign or Komodo or GoDaddy and so on. So in that scenario, we can directly, okay, so purchase from the, so Amazon itself. Okay, this is also newly created service. AWS Secrets Manager, it will maintain all the secrets and passwords, hash values. That is called AWS Secrets Manager. Next one, Amazon Detective. So it will do the instant investigation process. So what are potential threats, attacks, as well as alerts we are receiving? If you are enabling the Amazon Detective, it can identify as well as it will throw the alerts. Difference between guard duty as well as detective, almost both are similar, but guard duty will provide the overall entire in a single console. It can provide the entire alert notifications, okay, related to logs. But on the other hand, detective will provide the investigation wise, what are the alerts we have to fix, what are the security issues we have to fix, and so on. So next one is elastic disaster recovery. So whatever Amazon account you are creating, example in India, it's a Mumbai location. So if you want to maintain the disaster recovery site, so if you have to create obviously one more account. So directly we can create here itself. So we have to enable the disaster recovery site as well. Next one is AWS Artifact. So it is like a compliance reports like ISO 27001, as well as PCI DSS, GDPR. So HIPAA related compliances. If are enabling this artifact, we'll come to know, as well as we can generate those reports. Even hardening benchmark also it will support. Final audit manager. So it will audit continuously whatever images we are using in the Amazon. So additionally, it can say how many audits are passed, how many audits are failed. For suppose in the Linux container or Linux Docker or Linux virtual machine. So if you are using hardening benchmark related to Center for Internet Security CS benchmark. So out of 225 complaints, maybe 120 are passed, remaining 105 are failed. In that scenario, if you are enabling this audit manager, automatically it will say 120 are passed, remaining 105 are failed. So that one also it will give audit failed. There is no need to run the Nessus tool or Qualys tool or Nexpose. So if you are enabling this feature, automatically it will run and it will say how many audits are failed, how many audits are passed, how much you are compliant. So that is about overall services related to security, whatever Amazon is providing. In the same way as it is, so Azure is providing, Google Cloud is providing, Oracle is providing, IBM is providing, Alibaba is providing. But Alibaba, most of the cases is dedicated applicable to China country. Okay, maybe in future they'll expand to other continents as well, but unfortunately nobody will trust. That is the problem. Okay, if you are aware of all these services, yes, you are eligible to apply cloud security jobs as well. But so little bit practice is required. It's not like a theoretical and we can go and we can apply and we can get the job. It's not sufficient. Every security feature, every feature, whatever we discussed, you should know practical implementation as well. Then only you are eligible to apply. It's not like, okay, just reading something and going and implementing, it will not work out. Because something, if it will go out, everything cloud will damage. Availability related issues will come. Okay, so that is about overall services point of view. Now coming back related to cybersecurity SOC operations side, whenever you are applying security analyst jobs, in that scenario, they will ask, what you know about cloud? You have to say, so I'm working as security analyst, even we are integrating cloud logs as well. So first in Amazon account, we will go and we'll create CloudWatch and we'll create CloudTrail, and those logs will store in the S3 buckets. Using Cloud Connector method or API token management method, we'll integrate cloud logs related to Amazon to SIM tool. So that much I know. And even I know if I'm aware of even guard duty as well. That is more than sufficient, guys. Okay. So that is about overall cloud related part. If you aware of this one in future, what is my suggestion to you or my advice to you? First, you can go and you can work for cybersecurity for 1 year. Later, simultaneously you can work on this cloud security. You can purchase. So I forgot to say one thing. So if you want to purchase this account, example, sign up to the console. It will ask $2. So root user, IAM user, it will come. So click on next button. So it will ask your username and password. Example, I will give mine. Next button. It will ask password. So that is called AWS Management Console. You can see here US East 2. So I register for US East 2 in the similar way. US West, US North, US South. So even for India also, US Mumbai, US Singapore, US Asia Pacific, there are different types of regions will be there. If you don't want Amazon related US region, then you can choose Asia Pacific, Mumbai. Okay, so example, I want to use guard duty. So just you can go and type guard duty here. So this is the service. It will ask money now. Okay, so complete your AWS registration. So it will ask your mobile number or text messages and so on, India. So I have to give my number. So actually I have account is there, but it is expired automatically. So for 1 year, I took subscription. Here my mobile number as well capture and send. So after that, it will ask credit card information. So I think $2 or $1 is a credit card we have to pay. But within 24 hours of the time period, the account will be activated. After activating also that money, whatever you purchased, it will come back to your account. But all the services, whatever we have seen just now, it is not eligible to go and practice. Couple of things you have to pay money as well. Okay. So when you're entering the credit card details, you can see what are the pre-subscriptions are available, what the paid subscriptions are available. You can view that one as well. Okay. So that is about Amazon. So when you're typing in Google, so don't type Amazon. So when you're typing Amazon, so what first thing it will come? So it's a shopping website, it will come. Okay, I log out. So when I'm going to the Google, so if I'm typing this one, it will open shopping website, not this website. Don't go for Amazon.India shopping website. You have to go to the Amazon Management Console. So this is the one you have to go. These are all services. Okay, here, AWSamazon.com. So this is our account, whatever applications you want to host. Okay. So for the development side and security side, the website. So website is this one. not whatever regularly we'll go for shopping website is this one. Okay. So that is about overall cloud, guys. In the similar way, this is applicable to Azure. This is applicable to Google. Everywhere. So, okay. So services are same as it is, but only acronym is different. So here we are saying guard duty, but in Azure we'll say Sentinel. So here web application firewall we are saying, but in Azure we will say application gateway. Here we are saying AWS firewall, but in Azure we will say network access controllers and security groups. That is the only difference is there. But otherwise services wise, everything is same. So example in IBM QRadar SIM tool, we will say, so QRadar console, event processor, flow processor, event collector, flow collector. But on the other hand, if you are going for Splunk, okay, Splunk forwarder, okay, data search, data indexers. Okay, so that is the acronym in the Splunk. So same as it is here also, services names are different, but backend concept is same as it is. Okay, even Microsoft also same thing. Microsoft Azure login. So Azure portal. So this is the one. Okay, free account is there, right? You can go and practice free account. Anyway, first you can crack the interrelated cyber security, then you can work on simultaneous cloud as well. Okay, so this is related to Azure and this is related to Amazon. Okay, so that's all about cloud, guys. So coming back, as I said, so in case cybersecurity SOC operation center, if you are going, so what you know about the cloud, you can say, I know about cloud logs integration to SIM tool. I know a couple of services like, example, CloudTrail, CloudWatch, GuardDuty. So access control is security groups, identity and access management, and so on. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So hope this is helpful for you. Okay. So tomorrow, our last class. How many people are uploaded resume already? How many people are uploaded resume in LinkedIn as well as Naukri, as well as naukrigulf.com and so on? How many people are getting the calls?
Myself, sir.
Are you getting the calls, Gafur?
Yes, sir. Hardly yesterday one call I got, sir. Day before yesterday, I got 2 calls, sir. But they didn't schedule, sir. Next week, they said that they will shortlist and they will schedule it.
Yeah. So one of the process first I will say, so once you are getting the call from consulting company or direct company, don't expect immediately you will get an interview. So they will share the resume with hiring manager. Hiring manager will go to IT skills as well as technical skills. If the requirement is matching to your profile, then only they will shortlist. Okay, so then they will call back to you and they will schedule the interview.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so yeah, I think my guess is November month onwards, it will start once again calls. That's what my guess. Why? Because as I said earlier, so USCA financial is going to end by December 31st. So Jan to December and also June to July. That is one of the financial cycle they're following. 2 different types of financial cycles.
Sir, do you think that a Naukri premium is fulfilled for us and for the
yes.
for calls?
Yeah, I think couple of people, even though they are not paying 800 rupees, I think so 800 rupees. Fast forwarded some, yeah.
Yeah, fast forward.
Yeah, it is really helpful for you. Yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. Okay, so
sir, sorry for reminding you that. Could you please check that investigation that we,
Yes, yeah. So after this call, maybe around 8 to 9 o'clock in between, I'll complete that one.
Thank you.
Even
so
whatever 2 videos I have to upload, I will upload.
Yeah. Fine. Wonderful. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning, I have to go to office, but anyway, so I will go a little bit late. So 8 to 9. Okay, so I will take the class. So this is last class. This is not a technical class. So once you are onboarding in a company, So as per my experience, as per my opinion, so what to do and what you should not do. So that I will explain. It's like a behavioral sense kind of thing. Whatever I know, I'll explain based on my experience. Even a couple of people are already worked. So example, Ajam also, he has international exposure, and also Gafur, whoever has okay, couple of things you can share from your advice as well. That is really helpful to other people as well.
Definitely, sir. If time permits, definitely do so.
Yeah. Okay, guys, do you have any questions?
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, explain about log4j and 0day.
0day. 0day, as I said earlier, it is undocumented library or undocumented package. Nothing but vendor itself, they will not release any package. So in that scenario, what 0day attack basically, attackers keep on whatever running library package or version we are using. So they will identify the weakness and they will exploit. They will exploit it already. They will exploit that particular vulnerability. So once they are exploiting, that will be there in the news channel as well as the newspapers and so on. So everywhere, whatever our regular blogs are available, so that news will be already couple of customers will get compromised. So then finally that news will be there in the news. Okay, so coming back to dedicated to 0day attack related to log4j. So what happened December 9th? So log4j belongs to Apache. So Apache is a vendor. It's an open source. So they have 1.02 till 1. I think 14. So 1.0 to 1.14. So they released Apache library package version is 1.0 to 1.14. So meaning long back to the 9 to till today. So December 9th, 2021. So latest package in December 9th is Apache 1.14. Okay, nothing but 1.14. So what attacker has done? So they identify one of the weakness from 1.0 to 1.14. So everywhere one of the loophole is identified, 1.0 and also 1.1, 1.2, and so on. So everywhere they identify loophole and they exploit it. Already couple of customers already got compromised. More than from past 20 years or 2 decades, this is one of the devastating, okay, so 0-day attack. As compared to SolarWinds supply chain attack, as compared to Microsoft Windows remote code execution, as compared to FI management interface explosion, and so on. Log4 is one of the dangerous attack. It has happened in December 9th, 2021. So from past 20 years, or otherwise past 2 decades. Okay, so coming back here, so what attacker has done? So log4j meaning here, it will store the log related to, so whatever version every customer or every company they are using. So as I said, Apache 0 to till 1.14, whoever customer using. So this Apache log4j application or library package used by, so respect to application development team or product development team. It's one of the package basically. So this application development team and product development team, they will use log4j library or package for storing of the logs. So it is a basically Java-based library package, JNDE, Java-based library package. So attacker, what he has done, so using JNDE query as well as even using LDAP query. LDAP means Active Directory query. So he entered and he bypassed web application firewall and next generation firewall. And whatever target system like a Recon is there, he entered to that microservice application. Wherever log4j version they are using, that log portion is completely weakness is identified. So once that on top of the Docker as well as container or virtual server or physical server only, so we will deploy the application, you know already. So once that server or application or maybe container or Docker will respond back to the attacker, nothing but our system is got compromised. So I'm repeating once again, attacker used JNDE query as well as LDAP or Active Directory query to enter into the whatever Apache log4j version we are using from 0 to 1.14. He bypassed all the next generation firewall, web application firewall, and he entered into the, so respect to Docker and containers, wherever the log4j application is hosted. So once the response is going back to the attacker, indirectly our services as well as applications and also Docker and containers got compromised. finally attacker will ask money. That is called log4j vulnerability. So in the interview point of view, they will ask, so what is zero-day attack? Can you explain about log4j? What you have to say? So first of all, zero-day attack, it's undocumented library package. So vendor doesn't have any package or library. Okay, vendor did not have any library package. So coming back to the log4j, it is happened December 9th, 2021. So vulnerable versions are, so Apache log4j 0.0 to 1.14. Okay, so first, whenever this attack is there in the news, I went and I ran these scans related to Nessus as well Qualys. First, I have seen in my organization whether log4j vulnerable, log4j library package we are using or not. If you are going and you are asking application development and product development team, it will take a lot of time. But if you are running scans related to application or maybe server or maybe Docker and container, so using Nessus tool or Qualys tool or maybe Rapidsen or Tripwire, will identify the easily whether log4j vulnerability we are using or not. So what you have to say, first thing what I have done when the log4j attack is there in the news. So whatever servers we are using, I ran the scan and I identified, yes, in my organization also, we are using affected log4j vulnerable version. Immediately what I have done, so I spoke with the respective application development team and product development team, and we have provided the temporary fix because vendor doesn't have the patch. Ready-made patch is not available. So after speaking with the respective application development team and product development team, we have provided temporary fix. What are business IPs are there, business domains are there, those IPs only we whitelisted as well as, okay, so whitelisted, nothing but we allowed that particular traffic only to our internal Dockers and containers and applications. Remaining all of the traffic, we blocked it. So that access control list we implemented in the WAF, Web Application Firewall, as well as next generation firewall. And also even in the Docker and container, as well as Windows servers and Linux server, we implemented IP tables. Whenever any request will come from external to internal, so only business IPs only it has to accept it, it has to respond back to the respect to request, whatever it is coming to us. That block listing as well whitelisting of the traffic we enabled in the Web Application Firewall, next generation firewall, as well as the so respect to servers like a Docker or container, Linux or Windows servers. That is the temporary fix implemented within the 1 day of the whatever log4j announcement it has there in the news. So immediately 2 days after the respective whatever log4j issue there in the news, Apache company or vendor is released the patch 2.0. So that patch, whatever it is available, application development team, they test in the testing environment, whether any application compatibility issues will come, performance related issues will come, and successfully they test in the testing environment. After confirming application compatibility issues, as well as performance related issues, then they raised a change request, they implement in the prod environment as well, wherever the applications are hosted. So overall, this fixing, it has taken so less than 4 days of the water log4j there in the news. So temporary fix and permanent fix. So that is what you have to explain. Is it clear or not? Temporary fix, we don't have the patch, but we implemented like a block listing of the traffic, whitelisting of the traffic based on our business IPs, based on our business domains. Okay, that is what you have to say. Once the vendor is released the permanent fix as a patch or library, so application development team and product development team, they tested in the testing environment. So application compatibility as well as performance related issues, server related issues. After confirming with them, they raise the change request, they implement in the prod environment. In such a way, we mitigate the zero-day attack. This is not only applicable to log4j, any zero-day attack will come. This is the answer you have to provide. First thing is, whatever zero-day attack is there in the news, whether that is applicable to my organization or not, whether library or package or version we are using or not. That confirmation how we can do, so by running the scans. Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yeah, that is
Sir,
the way how you have to answer. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, once running the scanning of the assets, what are the modes that we get the reports? Like one mode is email and another thing is console, we can see records. So is there any mode that will get the records information?
So one is console, one is command line interface, second one is graphical user interface. These two modes only.
Okay, sir.
One is tool based, Vamshi. So we have to log into the tool and we have to generate the reports. One is through email. So backend console, I think, a command line interface, it's not required. Why? Because we have already graphical user interfaces. One is graphical user interface, whatever tool we are using. Second one is through email notification. These two ways we can get the reports.
Okay, sir.
Thanks, Vamshi. Any other question, guys?
Sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, what are authentication records and how it will work?
Authentication records, so it vary from, so Windows authentication records are different. So as I said, SAML, Security Assertion Markup Language, or Windows NT, authentication. If the end user is logged into the respective Windows machines or MacBook SAML 2.0 or Windows NT, so these two mechanisms will use. Okay, but if you are using the network device like routers and switches, those authentication servers are, anyone? What is network level authentication servers? Radius, Taxos, syslog, all these are okay, network level. At the time of firewall, we discussed all these. So if dedicated to application authentication, in that scenario, get and post, HTTP request as well as HTTP response. So this is the way you have to explain. Any other?
Okay, sir. No, sir.
Any other question, guys? Yes, Sri Charan.
What is the difference between IAM access and root access for cloud?
So IAM access, root access, meaning most of the cases, whoever is doing the admin configurations. So who has the account to the admin, entire thing he can do, or he can delete, or he can modify, and so on. But on the other hand, IAM user doesn't have the admin operations. Example, you created one of the account in Amazon, you have the entire permissions, you can do everything total end to end. You can add or delete or modify or update and so on. But DevOps team doesn't have the entire, so maybe DevOps related work only they have to do. Or security team only they have to work on the security related only. Tech ops only they have to work on tech ops related. Machine learning team only they have to access machine related only resources. That is called IAM user. It's like a team wise. Resources, what type of services or resources you are accessing. So that is the difference between root user and IAM user.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other? Okay, guys, thank you so very much. Good night and see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good night.